Hi everyone, welcome back to day 4 of JANELMAS. I'm so glad you decided to click on my video. Today's video will be ranking all my cream bronzers, contour bronzer situations. So if you want to see which one is my favorite bronzer, then go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more JANELMAS, because I will be posting a video every single day until Christmas. So y'all, let's get started. Coming in at number 8, this bronzer right here by Persona. So this is the worst bronzer that I own. It applies nicely, like it's creamy and everything like that, but this doesn't look very orangey here, but on my skin tone it was a little bit orangey in the past, so maybe I have to be super deep to wear it. But then again, when I did have a tan, I think I tried this on and it blended into nothing really, so maybe I have to be not my fairest but not my deepest to be able to wear this. As you guys can see, I haven't used up a lot. That's all the way rolled down. This is the Persona bronze multi-stick in the shade Dune. So yeah, it glides on with ease but kind of blends out to nothing at some points, and when I'm too fair it's just too orange. So I've been having a hard time using this, so yeah, that's why it's my worst bronzer. Next, coming in at number 7, I have this one right here by She Glam. This is the Sun Sculpt Liquid Bronzer in the shade Soft Tan, which is more of a more contoury shade. I do really like the applicator, and the packaging is actually very nice, but that is straight up gray. It's not going to go on that pigmented. It's going to sheer out, but yeah, I thought I could use this for like nose contour and stuff like that, but it's a little too gray. I need, you know, some coolness but not that cool. So y'all, that's why it's ranking a little bit lower. One, because it's a little sheer. 2, not the right tone. So I don't know how I'm gonna get used out of this. Maybe when I'm super fair it'll work a little bit better for me. But moving on, and going to rank number 6. Moving on, let's go ahead and rank number 6. This is the Bronzino Suncoast Bronzer by Tower 28. This goes on more like a highlighter on my skin tone. At least it did when I first got this. I haven't really been wearing it much since then. But it's kind of like this, how would I explain it? Not super balmy, but like it's a cream, and I don't know. You have to work it up to make it feel like more melty. Because right now that it's colder, it's not feeling like super melty like how it did kind of when it was in the warmer months. But yeah, it's like this shimmery brown color, and I prefer more of a matte cream bronzer. And when I have more of a tan, it's just more of a highlighty shade. Maybe right now I can get use on it as a bronzer, but yeah. And I do like how the packaging looks, like the nice Tower 28 acrylic packaging, but having to dig my fingers in there, I much prefer like a stick packaging. So that's why it's ranking here. It's newer to my collection. I haven't gotten a lot of use on it, but yeah, it's just harder for me to use, so that's why it's ranking a little bit lower. Before we move on, I quickly wanted to mention, because I forgot, that I had this powder bronzer for yesterday's video, and this is the Chanel Le Beige oversized healthy glow sun-kissed powder in the shade medium sun-kissed. As you guys can tell, I got a lot of use on this, so this would fall between, this would probably rank number 2. I probably like this more than the M Cosmetics, just because this one is kind of almost blurring. Like I found when my blush and everything wasn't sitting right, I would just go over my makeup with a little bit of this bronzer and it would just look so good. Like look like I had a filter on. Maybe I'll apply just a little bit right now, and hopefully, I don't know if it's gonna pick up on camera how beautiful this bronzer looks. But yeah, I really like this. Like if you have like pores and stuff, this is gonna lay more beautifully on top than other bronzers. But I wanted to say that, did I smell my lip gloss? I wanted to say that this one probably would have ranked as number 2 of my favorite bronzer, but yeah, that's just a little quick note in case you watched yesterday's video. So moving on, let's go back to our cream bronzers really quickly. Now we are on number 5. This is the Breezy Cream Bronzer in Seychelles by Tarte. This is a little mini size bronzer, and it kind of like has fallen out. Well, right now it's staying in, but it's not glued into the packaging anymore. So for the little deluxe little sample trial size, that's not very good. But I did like the formula. I don't like that you have to, oh, there it goes, dip your finger in there, but the formula itself is good. It's just the color, a little orangey and hard to wear. Have to be kind of tan to wear that shade, but super blendable. I really like this with the brush and just buff it over the skin, then go over with the sponge. Super beautiful. But yeah, these two bronzers are a little too orange for my taste, so that's why they're ranking a little bit lower. But the formula, performance, and everything else is pretty good. This cheap dingy packaging kind of sets it lower, so that's just something to take a note of. But coming in at number 4 is one of my favorite bronzers, and it's this Westman Atelier A, and this is in the shade Biscuit. It's their Face Trace Contour Stick, so it's more of a contour stick than a bronzer, but I'm just kind of grouping these together since I don't have that many contours. But I'll just swatch it over here. And this is a nice shade, but sometimes when I'm too tan, it's a little too light, and it blends out pretty easily. So you don't want to over blend it. You want to just kind of pat a little bit to have the color there. And it is super gorgeous, great for like nose contour. On my super fair cousin, I did her makeup with this, and she looked so beautiful and like snatched to the gods with this. So I really do enjoy this formula and this color. But again, I can't wear it all year round. I have to be a little bit lighter to wear this particular one, and have to be meticulous in my placement and making sure not to over blend, because it blends out easily, but it does wear for a very long time if you don't over blend it. So that is a favorite, and I own another shade that's going to rank a little bit higher that I love as well. So coming in at number 3 is my Le Beige. This is the Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream and 390 Soleil Tan Bronze by Chanel. And this is a big daddy. This one has 30 grams or 1 ounce. Does come with a protective little plastic piece to keep the air out. And this is what this one looks like. I like to use this one with a brush and then apply it over my face and blend it out with the sponge. You could also go in with the sponge first, whatever you like. I just like using a brush more. This one smells really, really good. So if you are sensitive to fragrance, you might not like that, but I do enjoy that nice smell to it. It's very fancy and luxurious. I really do like the lacquered black packaging. I like that it's big. It usually sits back there, so it's more of like a decoration piece for me too. But I did get a lot of use out of it this summer. So when I'm super fair, it's a little orange. When I'm super tan, it kind of blends in with my skin tone. So I have to be a little tan, but not super tan to be able to wear this. This comes in 2 other shades, I believe, or 3 other shades. So hopefully there's a shade for everyone. But from my experience in this one that I've tried, it is only gonna work when you're light to medium. I think medium and up, it's not really gonna show up. So it's that shade right there. It's kind of orange, but not as intense as this one or in this one. So yeah, that's it right there. Smells so lovely. The formula is like a cream to powder formula, so it's gonna feel creamy going on, and it's gonna kind of set down like a powder, so you don't really have to top this off with the powder. But I do like setting this with my Chanel bronzer or any of the bronzers in my collection. But yeah, this one is a really good one, and it is a good duo with the oversized Healthy Glow Sun Kiss powder. So yeah, this one is a pretty good one. I could see why it's a Holy Grail. I know they reformulated it, and I didn't get to try the OG, but this one is pretty good in my opinion. But you just gotta get the right tone for you. And coming in at number 2, a similar formula and big packaging as well, is this one right here by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Sun Kiss Glow Bronzer. I have mine in 1 Fair Pale. This one has like skincare and stuff in it. Mine has lipstick in it, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, it is kind of like not super creamy. You gotta keep rubbing it to get to that melty texture, but it's not gonna get super melty. It almost feels like you're touching maybe Play-Doh or something. I don't know. No, but not like super, it's not putty. How do I explain it? It's a unique texture, but it's more of this gray cool tone. I'll swatch it next to the She Glam. This one has more neutral brown in it, so it's more wearable. Again, I can't be super tan because then it's a little too light, but it does help me shape my face, and it's more of that contoury look. So I really do enjoy that one, but I would have to get a deeper shade if I want to wear it when I have more of a tan. But speaking of the formula and all that, I think it's great. It is more of that creamy texture, and I wouldn't say it's like super powdery like the Chanel, but a little bit. Like, it does feel like a cream to powder, but just not overly powdery. But yeah, I would still set that with a powder bronzer on top to ensure that it's gonna stay in place. I feel like these lights are making me look so shiny, so I'm just using my powder brush. It doesn't have anything on it. Whatever is left on it from my makeup application today hopefully will tone down this look. So yeah, I do really like this one. Wish I could wear it more, but again, that's why it's ranking at number 2. The formula, packaging, everything about this is beautiful, and I think it costs around the same price as the Chanel. So coming in at number 1, I do have this bronzer on today before I topped it with that with that Chanel oversized powder bronzer. I had this cream bronzer on, and I topped it with a Cover FX bronzer that I'm wearing today. But this is my Truffle Face Trace contour stick by Westman Atelier, and this one is a super good one. Again, I think she needs to expand her range because I believe there's only 2 contour sticks, and this one, if I'm a little too dark, it's not going to show up. With the skin tone that I have right now, it shows up pretty okay, but again, it blends away real easily, so I have to be careful not to blend it completely when applying it, so that it can actually show up on my skin. And again, I use like a damp sponge. Maybe if you're using a brush, it's going to keep it in place longer, but I usually just use a sponge to dab it out. And I believe this has, like, I forget which ingredients in it. I'll throw up the ingredients or claims or something up here for you guys to see, but it's gonna last on the skin. So if you have oilier skin and you're looking for a good bronzer or contour stick, I think this one is a good one. So I'm going to swatch it right here, and it is a like chocolatey brown color, but it has kind of a neutral cool tone. It's not going to be like super orange like this one, for example. So yeah, this one is amazing, and you get a bang for your buck. This is how much I've used of the mini, and it's still going strong, and I believe this one has 3 grams in it. Yes, this one has 3 grams, so I'm pretty sure if you buy the full size, which has more, it's gonna last you a lifetime. So that was my number 1 cream bronzer from the ones that I own. I've owned others in the past, and I've really loved them. There is some like blush sticks that I have back here that are cream products that are in that bronzy tone that you can use as a bronzer or a blush. I didn't include those here, so if you're wondering like, hey, what happened to that product, they're in there, my cream blushes. So yeah, let me know what your favorite cream bronzer is. I would love to know. Do you own any of these? What do you think about them? How are you ranking your cream bronzers? Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you have an amazing, blessed day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all tomorrow for day 5 of JANELMAS. Bye.